plays girly ball. Hey.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he
Ultimate
does.
Fanatic, Undertaker and Kane, Undertaker Fan 86, WWE Raw Fan, WWE Y2J Raw Fan, Z1-666, and Callie, who's on hold, I believe. So that's what we got so far.
That is the biggest face turn in the history of WZR Radio. They love you to death now, my man. You do chat shout-outs, and you got them on the good side. You know what I mean? Nice.
Easy.
Face turn.
Cheap pops. Yeah.
Cheap pops, exactly. I'll let you do them all tonight. I do them every week. You know what I mean? All right. What do you want to take some phone calls? There we go. Here's some callers. No doubt. We've what do we have in the show file? We got through Night of Champions. We got through.
Yeah, we haven't talked about ESPN mocking the Raw for doing the exact same Scrabble bit that they did with Shaquille O'Neal.
You know that I had SportsCenter on last night at. God, what is
you saw it?
Was it was either midnight or 1 a.m. And I watched it, and they had the video.
They do two ones, right? They do two different ones. They do the live one, and then they do another one that replays all day the next day, right?
Yeah, they do a live one. They do a couple live ones, and then I think they piece it together into the morning edition. You know what I mean? Or they do I think they just keep doing it over and over because it's different every time. But no, they had it in the opening segment where they plugged the Sports Days news, and they plugged it up as Shaq's pro wrestling debut from Raw, from Monday Night Raw from last night. So they got the press that they were looking for, but there's a commercial where Shaq is playing Scrabble. And there was a backstage segment on Raw last night where
it was supposedly the same exact deal, right? Yeah,
it was just a takeoff of ESPN's version, and they basically said that WWE was cheesy and unoriginal. And the coach...
Yeah, but if Saturday Night Live did that, it would be considered brilliant, you know what I mean? I'm sure it wasn't as good, well done, but still.
Well, they had the coach over on ESPN News. That's not that's the other station alongside ESPN.
24/7.
Yeah, they he didn't trash it or say anything bad. He actually said from a guy who came from that past or something like that. Basically put it over on ESPN News. Doesn't want to ruffle any feathers, you know what I mean, as far as he's concerned. But they trashed him pretty good, pretty much on the morning.
The other big news today was Hawk and Linda getting their divorce settlement agreement.
I saw that, and they were all lovey-dovey about it.
It's quite a swerve, just like wrestling, you know.
I know. Linda came out today and said that she still loved him, and what they did in their personal lives shouldn't, mess with their family situation. So. Obviously, some sort of agreement was reached, and they both walked out of court. TMZ.com had the video up today.
And
pictures, they walked
out
of court. Yeah, and pictures as well. The video is actually over on the right-hand side of the website, and they walked out together this morning from court and everything.
Isn't that special?
Oh, what's the boyfriend's name? Linda's boyfriend, Charlie Hill.
Oh, that sounds right. Yeah,
Charlie Hill, I think it is, and he went to high school with with Nick and Brooke. It's a little bit weird, you know what I mean? And the whole
crazy,
color, I don't know, whatever. But they reached an agreement earlier today. All right, let's take a couple live phone calls. Let's go to Swax. Let's not. Let's go to Outlaws in the chat room. You're live. Outlaws in the chat room. You're live on WZR Radio. What's up?
Yeah, I thought Joe had his own group. You see who is it? The Mafia. Are they gonna still do that?
Joe has his own. Yeah. Samoa Joe in the main event Mafia is what you're saying, my man?
Yeah,
he said does he have his own
group?
Does he have his own group, like a subgroup of the main event Mafia?
No, they don't. He's in the main event Mafia over the next few weeks here on Impact.
Well, what's that phrase they keep using with Taz and Samoa Joe, like the
Nation of Violence?
Yeah, Nation of Violence. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, they had plans at one point to do a faction with him and Taz, and then they pulled that swerve where Joe joined the main event Mafia at the last pay-per-view, and then they shot a few weeks of TV I can't remember next week's or this week's, tomorrow night or Thursday night spoilers, or the week after. I like to be spoiled. I like TNA, man. I like TNA a lot better than WWE. You know what I mean? I try to avoid the spoilers. You know, when they come in my email, I just skim through the copy and put it on the website, and then bang. But yeah. All right,
chat froze on me again.
That's no good. That's no
good.
When
that happens.
Wax?
Hate when that happens.
Wax here. It's Wax here. You're live on WZR Radio. What's up? Wax. I must have hung up.
Bastard.
Oh well. Bastard.
Wait, no?
Let's go back to Monroe County in southeastern Florida. What's up?
Yes, do you know why in WWE, in the Divas division, they never make, like, two baby faces fight each other?
Well, they did with Trish and Lita a couple times in the past, but yeah, since then, with the new, my God, it's been a long time. There's not a big clamoring for it though. Anyway, I don't think anybody really cares too much.
Why would you have two baby faces fight each other? You don't. That's not pro wrestling. You have a baby face.
They do that a lot in the with the guys all the time. Actually, Triple H, John Cena, stuff like that.
Not that often. I mean, 99% of the time.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's happened a lot.
It's happened a lot. Why don't the Divas do it? Because it's not pro wrestling. It's you have a face versus a heel in pro wrestling. A face versus a face doesn't. How? What do you?
Now isn't Michelle McCool a heel?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because you could do like champion versus champion, and that would be two baby faces forced to wrestle. But yeah, other than that, I don't see a reason for it otherwise.
Right. I don't know. Whatever. It's just face versus face. They don't. I mean, that's you want to sell a match between the heel versus the face. That's why you have Randy Orton as your heel and Triple H as your face, or Randy Orton as your heel and John Cena as your face. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whatever. All right, let's go to California. You're live on WZR Radio. What's up, my man?
What's happening?
Not a whole lot, man.
Hey, one comment and two quick questions. The first one is, I remember when Shaq and Big Show, when they were like face to face. I wish it was like an old school ECW, and Joey Styles was calling that, because if he had seen them, he would say, here comes Big Show and that's Shaq. Would you look at the sons of those monsters? He would say, he'll wait a minute and say, look at the sons of those monsters, and I'll be just laughing. You know how Joey says it. But a quick question. Right now is a beautiful 4.0 is off the hook, real good rating. But if they're kind of not, I think WWE is not showing what they can show because they really have no comp. If you were Vince, if you were getting bored because you had no competition, would you kind of slightly help another company just to kind of get brought up, say TNA or ROH or whatever, so that can be kind of comp to you, so you can have something to do? Or what would you do? Because if you have no comp, then you're not going to do anything.
Vince doesn't want comp. Vince doesn't want it.
That's a ridiculous thing anyway. What is he? He's going to help somebody be competition against him? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, Vince doesn't want competition. I mean, Vince is on top. He didn't want it when WCW was around. He hated WCW. Didn't want the competition then. Now he's on top, and he basically runs the United States wrestling scene, for the exception of TNA. You know what I mean? I mean, TNA is the only other promotion that is able to succeed with a national TV deal. I know Ring of Honor has HDNet, but I mean, what is HDNet? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's not basic cable. You have to pay for that. You have to pay extra for that on a monthly basis. At least on Time Warner Cable, you do. You know what I mean? So I mean, Vince is. I mean, he's at the top of his game, and if competition were to come, he's certainly not going to help it. You know what I mean? I mean, he's not going to give anybody money to say, "Hey, come compete with me." You know,
he did for ECW in the original ECW, but I mean that it wasn't like giving him a whole lot to try and help make him competition. It was he was using or taking their guys, and he would just put Paul Heyman on the payroll to supplement the fact that he was taking some of his top guys.
Yeah, it makes sense. Right. And I heard you guys say there's a Fedor. Hopefully that happens. Hopefully Dana White can talk and you get Fedor, hopefully. But I remember that when they, I think it was last year or whatever, remember, I think it was Kimbo Slice fought that jobber, and he dropped him in 30 seconds. Was that Kimbo Slice?
Not a jobber. Seth Petrozelli.
He's a good fighter, man.
was a former co-host of WZR Radio. You know,
he was on the Ultimate Fighter too, and he did pretty good on that show. And he has,